Hey everyone, it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have another Color Rush Studio Design Team layout. This is my last one, so I will have a layout share up for you soon with all of the layouts that I made with the April kit. This is the Wild Soul kit. So in my unboxing, when I looked at this paper, it looked like there were two wreaths together, and I was like, I really want to fussy cut it. Now, I don't necessarily enjoy fussy cutting. So, that being said, I started and got the first wreath done. I cut out the center that had a couple of florals in it, fussy cut those. And then when I was looking to fussy cut the second wreath out, it looked like they were a little too entwined for me. So that being said, I did fussy cut the outside wreath, but left the others intact. But I did fussy cut out a couple of the smaller florals. So I have that blue floral paper and I gutted it because I'm going to use the inside. And then I trimmed down a piece of white cardstock and I put my wreath on the white cardstock and did kind of just a pencil line of kind of the outside. And then I'm taking my prized ribbon Distress Oxide and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that's just going to make that wreath kind of pop off of the layout a little bit more because I did leave a little bit of a white border when I did the fussy cutting. So that being said, I felt like it was going to kind of blend into the background paper. And then I decided I wanted to rough up my edges after I had already taped it down. And so I started with my fingernail and it wasn't roughing it up quite as much as I wanted. So I'm going to take my edge distresser and kind of shove it in there and break it up a little bit. And then I'm going to glue down my wreath. So I glue down my wreath and I'm like, there's not much of that blue showing behind it after all. So I'm going to just take my blending brush and kind of go around and make sure that some of that blue hue is sticking out all the way behind that floral. And I love the way that looks. So I think that was definitely a necessary step. I feel like the wreath would have really blended in to the background. I think if I had put it on a pattern paper, it wouldn't have, it would have popped up. Now, we have been folding paper for this month, and there wasn't really a lot of folding to be done on this layout, but I decided to we're going to put quote unquote, fold up the leaves in this kit, just kind of bending them in the middle so they fold ever so slightly to give them a little bit of texture. So that's a little bit of folding. And then I am going to take some fun foam and I'm going to pop up those edge florals just to give it a little bit more dimension as well. So I have a photo of my friend and I. And I'm going to take 3 different pattern papers that I have that are scraps, and I'm going to actually do full mats of each of them. So I have the blue floral first, and then I am going to do this burgundy plaid, and then I'm going to finish it off with the blue on blue floral that is matting my layout. And I'm going to take a little bit of time and use my edge distresser, and I am going to distress each of the layers. I didn't distress my photo which I have done in the past, and it does kind of bring out a little bit of a white aspect to it, which now that I'm thinking of, I think might have been kind of nice. I might have wanted to do a fourth layer, which would have been a white layer, but it's a little too late for that. I wonder if I can distress the edges of this maybe with my fingernail. I'm not very good at that. Sarah on the design team is really good at that. I am not so good at that. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that very well. Oh well. So then I'm going to take some fun foam and I'm going to pop up my whole picture. So I don't put my fun foam all the way to the edges because I want to make sure that it leaves me a little bit of space if I want to do a little bit of tucking, which I do love to tuck things around my photos, and in this case is no exception. I am definitely going to do a little bit of tucking. So I am loving how this is looking already. And so I am going to take some of the frazzle and ribbons. I love this daisy one. I'm going to put that down at the bottom. I just think it's so cute. It's a perfect little floral shelf for it to sit on. So I just cut it apart and I'm going to take some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and stick that down. And then I did find this floral. So this is one of the florals that I had fussy cut from the center of the wreath. And I'm going to put that on the top right-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner on top of the photo. Isn't it crazy? Sometimes your words just like my thoughts are ahead of my words or my words are ahead of my thoughts, something like that. So words just don't come out right all the time. And that's okay. I love when I can catch myself though and actually correct myself. So I've got that on top there, and then I'm going to take some of the other tinier flowers that I fussy cut out from the center, as well as a couple of them are fussy cut out from the corners. And I'm going to put those just off to the sides. And then I'm going to find a title. I'm going to go with this Thinking of You, not for any other reason other than I like the colors and, you know, I think of my friends. So she lives really close, so we talk all the time. Actually, I'm going over to her house to play cards tonight. So, but I think it still works. So I needed a little something extra. So I am totally addicted to pom-pom trim. Like, I have loved pom-pom trim for as long as I can remember. And I love when our kids come with pom-pom trim. So this time we have this blue pom-pom trim. So I'm going to start by putting it on the right-hand side. And then I was like, no, I need more. So I'm going to put it on the left-hand side as well. I did even contemplating putting it on the top, but I was like, okay, Crystal, just stop that. That's just a little too much. But I love how it looks on the top and bottom. And because I had only put that fun foam in the center, it fit perfectly under all of my layers. So I have all of that on, and I think I am just going to finish it off with a couple of the butterflies from the kit. I'm going to use the two cream ones. These butterflies are so cool. Like, they are, they're fabric. They're just amazing. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom, and then I'm going to glue everything down, and that is going to be my layout. So I hope you enjoyed this process video. I loved making this. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I have a couple of close-ups for you. I also have a link to the shop and the Facebook group. And then if you need to do a little shopping, you can use my code Crystal10. That'll save you 10% on your first order. So remember to wear your crown. We'll see you next time.